Imagine if someone told you that God had a list of every single person who would ever belong to him. And when you look at the list, there are exactly 144,000 names on it. What would you think? Would you think that maybe you're not on the list because you don't know many people who seem particularly godly? Or would you realize that you don't need to be super spiritual to be part of God's family? Well, in Revelation chapter 7, the Apostle John is given a vision of two remarkable groups, the 144,000 and the great multitude. But who are they, and what do they represent? First, John hears the number of the sealed servants of God 144,000, drawn from the 12 tribes of Israel. The number is symbolic, 12 multiplied by 12, multiplied by 1,000. In Scripture, 12 often represents God's people like the 12 tribes of Israel and the 12 apostles. So this could represent the fullness of God's covenant community, Old Testament believers and New Testament believers together, completely preserved by God. Other scholars believe this vision represents a smaller group, like Jewish believers set apart during the end times, or even a special group with a unique mission. But then John looks and what he sees takes his breath away. He sees a great multitude, too vast to count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language. They are clothed in white robes, holding palm branches, and crying out, "Salvation belongs to our God, who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb." This multitude is described as those who have come out of the great tribulation, their robes washed clean in the blood of Christ. So who are these two groups? Are they two different groups, or are they the same group viewed from two different angles? Some believe that they are separate, the 144,000 representing a faithful remnant, and the great multitude representing the wider redeemed from all nations. Others believe they are two perspectives on the same group. John hears the symbolic number of God's people, then sees them as the vast, uncountable multitude in glory. Either way, the message is clear. God knows his people by name. He seals them as his own, and in the end, they will stand victorious before his throne. The 144,000 reminds us that God's people are complete, and the great multitude reminds us that his kingdom is for every nation. This vision is not just about numbers, it's about hope, assurance, and the promise that no matter what trials we face, God will gather his people into his eternal presence. So are you on the list? Remember, you don't need to be super spiritual to be part of God's family. All you need to do is put your trust in Jesus and his substitutionary sacrifice on the cross. If you do, then you are part of the list, the 144,000, the great multitude, the family of God. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can snatch you out of his hands.